Fucking hell. Feedback. Sorry about that. Hang on a minute. Give me a second. Right guys, I thought I'd do a stream regarding dolls. Hey Charmy. I know it's early, but I thought I'd start early because I'm not going to do much tonight. These are mainly some of the most active dolls I've had in a while, and I've still got them, as you can see. I actually go through them one by one a bit later. And me kind of like not remember where I got them from. So if I say I've got them from someone and I didn't get them from someone, then that's because I am having a bit of a memory loss at the moment, and I don't know if that's down to dementia. Now, my mum's got dementia now, that I've just heard. My dad had Alzheimer's disease and dementia, and I am, in one way, beginning to forget a lot of stuff as well. So I need to go to the doctors and see if I'm suffering dementia as well. You know, I think dementia can be led on by stress and depression, actually. Well, I'm not going to be talking about that. That might be on another topic one day. These dolls I've had for about 4 years. Maybe 1 or 2 less than that. I'm going to tell you where I got some of these dolls. So people who reckons that I get dolls and sell them is wrong, because every single doll I've got, I have still got. I've never sold a doll in my life. So I don't believe in selling something that may be haunted to pass on to someone who doesn't know anything about haunted items. Now, I'm not saying these are haunted, but they have given me activity in the past. Okay. Sorry about the mess down here. I was in the process of tidying up to make it a bit more kind of like respectful, actually. But there is some things here I cannot lose because I need them for tomorrow. So the first ever doll I think I bought was this one here. And I'm going to tell you the kind of activity I've got from these dolls. I was like interested in dolls at one time, you know, but you know, being a guy, I thought, well, you know, guys can't have dolls, you know. It's only girls that play with dolls. No, I had action men when I was younger, like G.I. Joe, I think it was, and the actual proper action men. What I probably got for Christmas, and you know, we played like war games, you know, with other kids, you know, and bashing, you know, getting the action figures around and bashing them around and all that kind of stuff. But it's only until when I got into the paranormal I actually started seeing people doing videos regarding dolls, you know, being a possible spiritual haunted item. Now, Simon James, I think, had a doll before me. I think Travis had one as well. And I did see a few other people with dolls, and I thought, that'd be interesting, you know, maybe I should get a doll. And I sat and thought about it for a little while when, like, you know, I thought, yeah, you know, ain't never going to happen, you know. I'm never going to get a doll that's active or haunted or anything like that. You know, it's just like pure luck you come across something. Well, about 2.5 years, 3 years ago, I can't remember exactly when, to be honest with you. And I've told this story many, many times. I was going into Mitcham to go and do some shopping. And, you know, I've been into the paranormal a good couple of years anyway. And as I was getting off the bus, I felt like a weird energy, like being attached to me, like attacking me or something, you know. It's kind of hard to explain, really. But it felt like something was grabbing me and trying to pull me across the road. And, like, you know, there's traffic coming both ways. And, you know, it felt like I was just being pulled and I was dodging traffic. You know, cars coming down, there's a gap. I was just going, I got pulled across through the gap, stopped, car went past, pulled again. And as I was being pulled, opposite me is the bank. Then you have to turn, when you go on the path, you've got to turn kind of right. And just down there, you've got 2 charity shops. And then further down, you've got the charity shop that I used to do voluntary work in there, yeah? And I hadn't done voluntary work in Scope for quite a while because I have my knee problem. But I'm still registered there. I can go and start work there tomorrow if I wanted to. And, you know, I'm covered. But I won't do it because I'm not well enough to go and do any work in there at the moment. But as I was being pulled across the road, you know, I went past the bank. And the first charity shop I came to is one of the biggest ones in Mitcham. And it felt like I was being pulled down to that shop. And as I got there, my head kind of like suddenly just went like that. Don't know why. It felt like someone just went like that. And then put my eyes down. And this little fella was sitting there. And I don't know, you know, why it happened. You know, people say, oh, it's bullshitting. I don't give a shit if you think I'm bullshitting or not. But that's what happened. You know, I felt an energy draw me to this little character. Now, I don't really like clowns, but something told me that this needs to go on with me. There's something spiritually attached to this so-called doll clown. And he is like porcelain, but his hands is like material. And I think his back is, well, I can't tell the back because it's all sewed up and everything. But, you know, it kind of like made me turn around and look down and said, you need him. He wants you. And I'm looking at it and you know, it kind of like, you know, when you get a kind of weird trance thing, it's like eye to eye kind of contact thing, you know. Think, whoa, what the fuck, you know. And I started feeling really weird. So then I kind of got pulled into the shop and led over to the guy because he's on the shop window, yeah. And I picked him up. And it felt like if the guy was actually talking to me, saying, take me home, take me home, take me home. And like you know, as I picked him up, I looked at him, and he was only put down as £3. And I didn't argue with the price, you know, I knew it was £10. I wouldn't have argued with the price, you know. I had to have him for some reason. And he was one of the first dolls I bought from a charity shop. And I did bring him home, and I was getting K2 hits on him. I did a Ouija board session on him, and he belonged to a guy who actually worked in the circus as a clown. It was a gift from his wife. I can't remember his real name, but he likes to be called Bobo. Bobo the Clown, that was his name in the circus. And the guy, I believe, may have died and attached himself to this doll. So he wasn't the first doll I actually got. He was one of the first though, because I did have some other dolls before then, if I remember correctly. So I'll say he was the first. I think it was the first I actually got from the main charity shop in Mitcham. And I brought him home, and I said, well, like, now you're here, I've got some other dolls which I believe are spiritually active by females. Maybe if you're willing to, you can be like a guardian to them, you look after them, protect them. And he said, yeah. Well, I did say yeah for the Ouija board, of course. And, Bobo has been here from day one when I bought him. If anyone asked me, will I sell him? I wouldn't sell him. I wouldn't sell any of my dolls. The only way they're going to get rid of is when I croak it, when I die. I hope they go to a good home. And, it depends in time if I get to know people. And, I know I'm going to die within like 10 days' time or something. I try to put some of these dolls in a wheel and pass them on to people I know who would probably like look after them and try to do experiments with them and just do research on them. Really, I don't know anything else about this doll, to be honest with you. All I know is that I've got a bit of paper stuck up his leg. Chester, sorry, I keep calling him Bobo. It's Chester the clown. I've got his name on there, Chester. I don't know why I keep calling him Bobo. Maybe that's one of his other names. I do have some other clowns in there. So sorry, Chester, I keep calling you Bobo. I don't know why. Maybe that might have been one of his stage names. I can't remember. But his name was Chester. So it's Chester the clown. But Bobo might have been one of his stage names. And when I brought him home, as I said, I've done some kind of like communication with him through the Ouija board. I was getting K2 hits left, right, and centre. And I said to him, would he be willing to, be a protector to the females? And he said, yeah, he'd be happy to do that. And some people actually thought he looked a bit creepy, but he's not. I don't really like clowns. But this one, I just adore this guy. And I should do more work with him, actually. I should do more work with the dogs, but I don't. I tend to, buy them, do a little bit of communication with them, try to do a little bit of research, try to find out a little bit about them, see if there is any spirits attached to them, try to find out about the spirits inside them, and then I kind of just leave them be. And I do feel that sometimes they just want to be left alone, but sometimes they want to communicate as well. So, when I go in there, I'm always not always, but some of the times when I go in there, I always kind of feel like, he's just trying to say hello. And, sometimes I may respond and sometimes I don't. It depends on what kind of mood I'm in. But I do feel like he's still around. He's not around all the time. Like any of my spirits, they do tend to disappear and come back sometimes. Some of them stay, some of them go within days. I've had dolls where I've had K2 hits crazy and then nothing ever after. So this is Chester / Bobo. As I say, the information I got from him is that he was in real life, before he died and came into the dolls as spirit, he was a clown, and his wife bought him this doll, and he loved the doll. He had it in his caravan. He turned to picked it up quite a lot. I think he might have even spoke to it, I don't know. And no, I won't do that up. I'll leave it open because it's hot. He's got his little bow tie there. But, I believe he loved it, Chester, before he died, I'm pretty sure he loved his doll quite a lot. So that's Chester / Bobo. This one, is one of the dolls I've had a lot of activity from. This is Louise. Poor dress then, she's got no underwear on, and I don't want my bloody videos strike like those had. Hers done. This dress is a bit too big actually. If I could get one a bit smaller, I would do, but you know, I'm not one who goes around looking on eBay for like doll dresses. So no, I might like probably buy one and it'd be too big for her. Louise, I got from a charity shop, I believe, and I've got a load of K2 hits on her. I can't remember too much about her honestly, because as I say, I think I have got, you know, memory problems, probably dementia, getting old now. But you know, I've had a shitload of K2 hits on her. I've seen a few orbs go into and come out of her. You know, DC box hits. You know, her eyes do move around, and sometimes, you know, when you lay her down, they close, and when you put them up, you know, when she's sitting up, her eyes open. But this one, the right one, tends to stick sometimes. There has been times where I thought I've seen her eye flicker, you know, when she's been sitting there stationary, and there's no particular reason why that should actually make her eye move. But yeah, I've had her for quite a while actually, at least 2 years plus, and you know, she hasn't given me a lot of activity, but she's given me a fair bit. You know, K2 hits, as I say, DC box, REM pod. You know, I believe I've actually picked her name up on EVP maybe once. You know, she's been with all the other dolls in the living room. I've got over 100 dolls, and you know, it's a nice little doll actually. So that's Louise. This one I think is Debbie. I can't remember her name actually. I thought I put a name on a bit of paper, and sometimes what I do is I'll put them down the back of her clothes, but I can't find it. It might have fallen out. But I think Debbie, I got from a charity shop as well. And when I got her, you know, again, I felt like a bit of a energy coming from her, and I did get K2 hits on her, and I believe that, you know, Abby, my high spirit, told me that she wanted some kind of like costume jewelry. So I was going through some of my stuff and I found this bit of jewelry, and I gave that to her, and she's quite happy wearing that. All that's quite heavy, you know, she doesn't feel that heaviness on her. But I've had K2 hits on her. I've had her name come through many times on EVP. The hair is a bit, well, her hair did come off at one time, and I had to stick it on with Velcro. Now, I'm no good at combing hair. I wish I could comb dolls' hairs, but I'm no good at it. So, like, you know, I try to, like, brush it back as I can, best I can, without her hair falling off. And I think she was quite happy when I actually did make her, well, put her hair back on, because the K2 meter actually went crazy after doing that. All these dolls I'm showing you, I've actually have done like sessions with. So I'm pretty sure that this one's called Debbie. And Debbie likes looking after this child spirit sometimes, unless they get a bit too much of a pain in the arse. Then she'll like ask someone else to look after them, like Abby or someone. But I think I got this one from the charity shop. I can't remember. It's the one where I got Chester Bovo, or the one where I worked Scope. Might have been the one next door to the one where I got Bovo. I can't remember, to be honest with you. I'd have to go back on the videos on where I got them from. I'm not going to be doing that. It's just too much work to do. So that's Debbie. She likes playing around with the children. She likes being more near to Tino and Abby. And I think Abby sometimes attaches herself to this as well. So sometimes there might be one spirit attached to her, sometimes there might be two. But, you know, I do feel sometimes, like when I'm holding them, if there is like a spirit attached to them still, I feel like that little numbness or coldness, you know, that they sometimes generate. And like it can move around. You know, as long as I'm not doing a stream one day and suddenly your head goes all the way around, like so. So her head can actually turn all the way around. Same with this one. Her head can turn all the way around as well. So it'd be kind of crazy doing a stream one day and both the heads turn around. Light that up again for me. I just saw that middle K2 meter light up. So what I'm doing, guys, I'm just giving you a little bit of info on some of the dolls that I've got here, which I've had longer than the others. And I'm hoping to do streams regarding just updating you guys, just updating you on some of the dolls I've got and what activity I've had from them. This one I got from Rose. This is Tina. What Tina's that? This ain't the original dress that that came with Tina. This is a different dress that I gave her. And, you know, I've given her like a little crucifix and one of my pendulums. Because she was, at first, my highest spirit in here. She used to do everything. And when I got her, Rose told me that she was getting crazy activity from her. And she felt like Tina might have been the one that was causing some of the negativity in there. But she wasn't. Tina was not causing any negativity in there. What she was trying to do was communicate with Rose and warn her about things. And Rose apparently at the time wasn't listening. So Tina was trying to do whatever she could in her power to try to protect Rose. Now Rose, thinking Tina was maybe one of the dolls that was causing the problems, decided to send her to me. And when I got her, I was actually like over the moon, because I thought, well, if she is a spirit that's causing problems, then maybe I might get the activity that she was trying to cause to Rose. But no, she wasn't. I need to wipe my mouth. Just had some coffee and it's got me tash. So, you know, I think these were the original clothes. I can't remember, to be honest with you. I think I might have changed them. I just can't remember, as I say. I'm losing my mind. So I know that this was definitely from Rose. And she was the highest one, you know, the more active spirit around. And I said to her, you know, on a Ouija board one day, would you be willing to like help other spirits out? And she said, yeah, that's what I'm here for. Although I tried helping Rose, you know, in one way, God's told Rose to pass me on from Rose to you. And that's why I'm here, to help you out, because, you know, you have got a lot of spiritual energy around. And some of them is from the dolls. So I'm here to keep an eye on like the spirit dolls and like keep them under kind of control. And, you know, over the amount of time I've had her, well, the first year, I kept getting her name through ghost boxes, EVPs. She used to give me crazy amount of like K2 hits, DC box hits, REM pod hits. You know, so much activity came from Tina. It was crazy. We've even got an application which was written by someone on Facebook, which is the Tina's edition. I don't know what I've done with my phone. I need to find my phone. But Ricky, that's his name. He wrote some applications, and I had Tina in here, and we was getting Tina's name coming through, which was kind of crazy. And as I say, like, the activity was like fucking crazy. You know, the things that was coming through the ghost box was just like mind blowing. And we tested this application that he made for quite a while, and we still kept getting Tina's name coming through all the time. And one day, like, I was doing a Ouija board, and she told me that she wanted Ricky to do a similar program and name it after her if possible. And because me and Ricky was getting a lot of activity, he decided that he would do it. And the application was Power Ghost Box Teen Spirit Edition. So Ricky actually made this ghost box. Originally, it wasn't like this. It was like slightly different, but he customized it more. He put 2 different like audio files on it. I got an email from Rose, I read that in a minute. But the 3B power box, like Ricky made, we was getting crazy stuff from her. So she asked if I could ask Ricky to do her own particular version. And he put like a free audio and one of my Ghostbox session EVPs into the application. And we was able to make one. And we tested this with her, and we was getting crazy responses of this, and it is still available on his Google Play. If you need it, I don't know if it's still like free or not. I can't remember, but it's called VBE Power Ghost Box Tina Spirit Edition, and it is one hell of a crazy program. And I'm not saying because it's, you know, because of Tina. I've never made anything on it. You know, I could have sold this myself because I had the permission to give out copies and maybe sell it. But I never sold a copy. I gave her out a couple of copies, you know, and that was it really. But yeah, you know, we was getting crazy stuff from here from Tina. And Tina is, like I say, like one of the highest spirits here. She looks after most of the spirits. She kind of like controls them, looks after them, talks to them, especially child spirits that may come through. Just genuine like a happy-go-lucky elderly lady. I think she died at the age of 68, 69, something like that. I do normally, when I do spirit, you know, communication with like possible spirit dolls, asking questions, but as I say, my memory just ain't no good now. I did write stuff down when I was getting dolls, but I don't know when my book is. I keep losing my book all the time. So, because there are notes in there about certain dolls. But this one, you know, gave me a lot of activity. Every time I asked her to say her name on EVP or Ghostbox, I was getting it. And I still do get a name through Ghostboxes sometimes, or EVPs. But this one originally came from Rose. And as I say, Rose thought she was giving her negative activity, but she wasn't. She was trying to protect Rose. And when I told Rose, she goes, well, no, like, you know, now you've got her, you might as well keep her. So, you know, I adore this one. She's one of the ones that's been here the longest, I think. The other one, this one is Samantha. And I've got this from Cat Angel. Now, you know, me and Cat used to be really good friends until a problem occurred last year. And we don't really talk to each other. But, you know, I still kind of adore this doll. I was given this doll free from Cat, just like the one I've got from Rose. I've had several dolls given me from Rose, actually, but this one was from Cat Angel. And, you know, I said to Cat one day. Cat goes, I want to give you a doll. And I said, oh, that'd be cool. And this was like 3-4 years ago. And she kept pointing me a doll, but she never got to send it out for some reason. And when we was talking on a stream one day, she was talking about giving dolls away. And I said to Kat, I said, like, well, if you remember, you was going to give me one. I'd be interested in one. And she goes, oh, yeah, I did promise you one, Steve. She goes, I don't know why, but I've got one in mind. And I said, yeah, I've got one in mind as well. And I chose her. And Kat goes, funny enough, that's the one I was going to give you. Now, apparently, the doll's eyes, although they're purple, they were a different colour when Kat got them. I think she said they were like a bluey green or something. And when she got her eyes just completely changed. And she was getting a lot of activity from her, apparently. Like, you know, getting K2 hits, orbs around her, getting her name on spirit boxes. Anything, you know, device-wise she put in this doll, it was being activated from this doll. And, you know, I was lucky enough to get her. And I sent Kat some stuff as a return thank you, like one of my DC boxes and another item or so. And Kat did use it for a little while. I don't know if she's still using it or not, but I sent her one of my DC boxes. So it's more like a little trade thing, you know. I didn't have to send it to her, she said, but I did. So I wanted to say thank you to her. And when I got her, you know, the energy I felt on this doll was crazy. And, you know, when I was doing a session with her, just like Kat said, you know, any device you put near her, she would set it off crazy. And it was going off crazy all the time. And when I was asking her to say her name on EVP, I was getting a name, Samantha or Sam or Sammy. She don't mind being called Sam, but her real name's Samantha. I got a little bit of information about her, but as I say, you know, I can't remember what that information is about because I just can't remember. I think I do have fucking dementia. I can't find my book, as I say, but I did write information down regarding this doll. I think she came from, if I'm correct, not a house clearance, but like one of those things they have in America. When a house is being sold and they're selling all the stuff, she bought her from like one of these big houses, like an auction kind of thing. And apparently she was one of several dolls that was in there. So, you know, I was glad to get her. And, you know, I was getting activity from her when I was talking to her on a live stream. But I never really got the activity which I thought I might get if I left her in the living room. I might hear her crying or moaning or laughing, or because I think, like, if I'm right, I'm not sure if I'm going to be correct on this or not, but I think Kat said that sometimes you can hear us giggling, laughing, and sometimes you might hear her crying, and you might hear someone singing. But I'm not sure if it's this one or not. I know I did have a doll. Well, I brought her home, and the spirit said that she does sing sometimes, and on the occasion, I could hear someone singing. It's like a faint singing, and I couldn't think where it was coming from. So it might have been the doll that I actually got where they said that it was coming from, that particular doll. But anyway, as I say, I did change the clothes over on this one. Oh, bloody hell, on this one. But yeah, she has been active, but not as active for the last year or so. You know, I could probably do an EVP and I might get her name come through, but it's not guaranteed kind of thing. So that's Samantha. You know, I did get like information regarding where she came from, what happened to some of these like spirits attached to them. But as I say, I wrote them down and I can't find the book. And this one is, oh God, I had a name a while ago. Oh, Myra. This is Myra. This one came from my good friend Kelly. She had several dolls she was going to give away, like an adoption kind of thing. And Kelly had said to me one day, like, you know, I'm going to be adopting some dolls. Would you like one? I said, yeah, that'd be cool. And when she decided to give some dolls out, she contacted me and said, well, what one would you like? And she sent me some photos. And I said, well, you know what? You know, I haven't got a black doll, and I would like a black doll. Her hair's falling out. Poor girl. So she sent me this one. And I need so much stuff's coming off right now. But this one, ow, fuck, I just banged my elbow. This one came from Kelly, you know Kelly. He comes on my channel sometimes. She used to come on my Hangouts as well, but because all the crap that happened to her about a year ago, she decided to take time out, and then she came back on. But she's one of the dolls that, well, this is the doll I got from her, not one, but this is the only doll I got from her. And I did get a story regarding this doll. And I believe that there's this child spirit attached to her, who was like generally like abused and always been locked up in like a cupboard and stuff like that. And I think it might have been a black child that died and attached himself to the doll. And when I got her, you know, like every other doll, well, not every other doll, but most dolls, I got K2 hits off her. When doing EVPs, I got like a name come through, Myra. And, you know, I did get to do like a Ouija board with her, and she told me, you know, the story of the spirit that's possibly attached to her. And that's it, really. Whoever was attached to this one just wanted to be left alone. You know, she didn't like communicating too much. You know, she's a friendly spirit, just like most of the spirits attached to the dolls, actually. And, you know, after communicating with her for a couple of times, she just wanted to be left alone. So I gave her that, you know. I said, okay, I won't communicate with you so much. But if I do bring you in, you know, maybe you might like to set off one of the K2 meters or something just to confirm that you're still around. And, you know, I have brought her in here sometimes, and, you know, the K2 meter might have flickered once or twice, but that's about it. So this one I got from Kelly. Samantha from Cat Angel. Tina I got from Rose. And the other ones I got from charity shops. And I've got some stuff off eBay as well, about a year or so ago. But these have been some of the more active ones. I'm not going to be doing like a proper session with them today. I just thought, like, you know, as I ain't doing nothing, as I kind of like slept in today, so I need to get up early tomorrow, and I wanted to rest as much as I can. You know, I felt like doing a little bit of online gaming, but I couldn't be bothered to turn the game on. So I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll do a stream regarding some of the dolls. And what I'm planning to do is more of these little kind of like sessions, if you call it, telling you where I got them from. So what I might do is like do a session once a week and just bring like several of the dolls in and tell you a little bit about them, where I got them from, and what kind of activity I got from them. Now, as we know, like, let's just get myself sorted out. I don't know why, I just feel like I'm not in the right mind today. You know, I just feel like not so much clumsy, but I just can't be. I'm not organised. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about some of the times. I can't remember after shit, and I'm just like in a confusion mind. You know, I'm in that confusion state at the moment. Maybe it's because that fucking letter that's like pissed me off, which I've got I can't sort out till May the 2nd. But I've got to sign on tomorrow. I'm going to see if they can deal with it. Let me know what's going on. Because I can't be sitting here for 2 more weeks worrying what that's about. It might just be a letter, you know, regarding like checking up on what's happening with my financial situation. I don't know. But it's kind of like annoying and it's frustrating, it's stressing, and it is like hiring up my depression. So I'm sitting here moping and like I feel kind of like pissed off, angry. I even felt like suicidal the other day, actually, to be honest with you, but I'm not going to go for that situation again because, you know, I've got my kids to think about. I've got my grandson to think about. You know, I had a lot more to do in my life regarding, like, you know, spiritual kind of communication. So, like, I'm not going to do any self-confliction harm to myself. So you don't need to worry about that. Just that, you know, when you go for that shit, you just feel like, you know, you just want to end it all kind of thing, you know. And I'm saying to the spirits, going, I might be joining you soon, guys, you know. Because I did go on G Plus the other day, and I said to one particular person, I just feel like cutting my wrist right now. I really do. And I had a knife with me because I was eating. And it's like a sharp knife, and I feel like cutting my wrist right now, but I'm not going to. And that could be the negative thoughts, you know, which is being put through me through a negative spirit. I don't know. Because some of you reckon that you feel like I do have negative spirits in here. Well, if they're negative, I don't give a shit, to be honest with you. You know, if they're going to be giving me these negative thoughts, then it happens. You know, it could just be my own thoughts that's doing it. I don't know, but getting back to the dolls. Now, some people would probably turn around and say, well, like, how do you know a doll's even haunted? You know, how do you know that there's nothing inside that doll which will trigger off the K2 meter? Well, I've already kind of explained that and proved to many of you that dolls cannot give off a K2 meter reading unless they've got some kind of like mechanical device in there. Now, I do have one, which if you give me a few minutes, I'm going to have to go and look for it. But I've got a musical doll, and I want to try something out. I think I've tried it out before, actually. But let me go and get one. Right, so I tried to debunk that, you know, with a K2 meter, some people turn around and say, oh, you got like something there with like mechanical item in there or a magnet. Now, none of these dolls have got magnets in them. None of them. They are either plastic dolls with clothes sewn to them, or, you know, we just put clothes on, you know, complete plastic, like Louise there. And I have got another Louise doll I just found when I was trying to find the doll which I want to find. No, they're either plastic or they're porcelain. You don't get anything metal in them apart from a music box sometimes. Now this one does have a music box attached to it. I don't play too much because it might get copyrighted. Now, can this doll set off a K2 meter because it's got a music box on it? Yes, it can, because it's got a music box. It's generating its sound, and it's also generating possibly some kind of EMF, because it's winding up, and that winding up could generate like an EMF. So it does set it off sometimes, but it's got to kind of be right on top of it. But it doesn't set it off all the time. And I was just wondering which a particular note that may be generating EMF that's setting the K2 meter off. So sometimes it does set it off, sometimes it don't. Now I have tried to actually find ways of, you know, been trying to find ways on how dolls are setting these off, the K2 meters. Whether it's like a music box inside it, or if someone's planted something inside the doll, making it look like it's like active, like a magnet or something. Now, I don't go around putting magnets in any of my dolls because I do not fake any of my dolls. You know, pointless. But some people might do, you know, put a magnet under the clothes or something and make the K2 meter go off because they want to make it look like it's haunted when it isn't. Now, I can prove to you a magnet will set off a K2 meter. If I can find a magnet, which I do have, but it's all covered up with paperwork and shit. And I wasn't going to be doing this, but right, so I've got some magnets here, mini magnets. So I was going to build some mini micro EM pumps at one time, but I never did. These are magnets, and as you can see, a magnet will set off a K2 meter. Now, I'm just doing this just to like explain on what I'm trying to get to here. If I was to put this let's just put it under his pants, for instance. Yeah, right, I've just put it here, all right, under his pants, and I'll put a K2 meter there. I could pretend that that doll's giving me high EMF readings and saying that the doll's spiritually active. But the thing is, you've got to be moving the doll around to set the K2 meter off. Now, if I put it there, now you know that the magnet's underneath his pants, but I'm not moving him, so it's not generating the EMF from the magnets to set off the K2 meter. Not unless I move the K2 meter like so, or the doll's moving. Now, the doll's sitting over here. Now, that just went off. Is that because the magnet made that go off? Possibility. No, let's put it down right near the magnet. So even if the doll has got a magnet in there, which I've just put in there to show you. Yeah, it's gone. Where's the magnets gone? Where you done with the magnets? The magnets have disappeared now. Oh, they've gone right up near his backside. Trying to get the magnets back. Give me the fucking magnets back. What are you doing with the magnets? They've disappeared. I just sold them a minute ago. Where the hell has the magnets disappeared? I can't take his pants off because they don't come off, they're sewed on. Come on, I need the magnets back. Right, the magnets have come back down right now. So there's the magnets, right, as I said. I put them back just underneath there, right? They're just there. Now, again, if I put the K2 meter right where the magnet is, now if I'm moving the doll around, it's setting off, as you can see, yeah? But if I'm not setting the doll off, if I'm not moving the doll, I'm not moving the K2 meter, it's not setting off. So even if the doll does have a magnet in there, unless that doll physically moves or the K2 meter moves slightly through vibration, it won't go off. So, you know, I just proved the point now that a magnet in a doll can set it off if, like, someone is waving the K2 meter over it. Like, you know, over here, there's nothing. Because I just put a magnet under his pants. Oh, look. Oh, God, there's a ghost in there, 100%. It doesn't prove nothing. It could prove because, like, you know, someone put a magnet in, or it might have some kind of magnetic component inside the doll. But if they can prove there's no magnetic in there and the K2 meter's going off, then that's crazy. Right, if I take that magnet back out. What the hell? For fuck's sake, it keeps going up his trousers. Is this something like under his private parts that's bringing the magnet up? Now I've taken it out here. Nothing. Right, again with the doll. That's got a music box in. Nothing. So a K2 meter, when it's going off, I did not wind it up. I put that back. I put it down after it finished winding. It just played it itself again. But that don't mean nothing, because sometimes the winder can actually get stuck. So if you've got a doll and, you know, it suddenly goes off one night, it doesn't mean it's a spirit doing it. It could just be because the wind-up mechanism did not finish winding down. It probably just got stuck, and something has made it loosen, like vibration or something. Hello, Kat. How's it going? Thanks for coming on. I'm just like explaining about some of the dolls. I've got this off you, yeah. If you want to say where you got it from and what activity you got, I'll be grateful, because I can't invite you on the hangout because it's like one of the live streams where it's running straight away. But, you know, as you can see, I've still got Samantha. I've never got rid of her. She still thinks about you. I know we had a little bit of issue. We apologise to each other. Past is the past. And hopefully that's, you know, okay with Rose and you as well. I don't know. You know, if you want to talk to each other, you can talk to each other. But as long as there's no drama, I don't give a shit if you want to or not, to be honest with you, because I know you did subscribe to me again a few weeks ago, which I appreciate. You know, I do sometimes come and watch your channel, but I don't stay around, you know, because there's still drama floating around. I don't want to get involved in that drama because I'm going through shit already again for no apparent reason. But if you want to write down where you got that doll from, if you want to write down where you got the doll from, and tell the people who's watching where you got it from and what activity you got from her, then, you know, that can actually clarify what I said, because I said when you got her, she was lighting up most of your like devices, and you know, when I got her, she was doing the same thing, lighting up most of my devices as well. She's been very quiet. I've not really communicated with her that much, to be honest with you. When I get dolls, I tend to do some stuff with them. You know, got a message from someone. So if you read what chat's got pointing down, because I did, you know, what Kat told me, I did write down in the book, and when I got her, I was getting similar kind of information from her through the Ouija board, and you know, I was getting high readings from her from devices. I was getting high energy from her as well. But as I say, like after doing a certain amount of sessions with her, I just thought it's best to leave her alone now. I don't know if spirits inside dolls get, you know, kind of a bit pissed off with like so much communication. They just want to be left alone sometimes. So after a short while, well, after a certain time, I said, well, thank you very much for communicating with me and giving us this information and like possible proof that you are attached to the doll. I'm going to leave you alone now. And I did. You know, I'm not even saying that she's still there or not. I just get the feeling that she's happy that you've popped on. So let's see what Kat said. I can't scroll up for some reason. I got her from a lady that passed away at the age of 98. She had a collection her entire life. When she died, her son was cleaning out her home, and all hell broke loose. I thought, I know you had some doll, you know, as I said, my mind, you know, I seem to like be forgetting a lot of stuff and getting confused. I thought that she came from a home, like a home clearance kind of thing, yeah. So I could be right there, I don't know. But if an old lady had a load of dolls and those been getting rid of, then that is like, to me, a home clearance. So I'm possibly right on that. So when I was cleaning, it woke a lot of spiritual energies, maybe from the person who died. You know, because I think that, you know, if a person who owns dolls and they love them dolls, you know, through a matter of time, yeah, when they die, that energy can spread to any amount of items in the house. Like if she had dolls, she had watches, she had jewelry. You know, she's touched those dolls, that watches, jewelry, whatever, throughout her lifetime for many years. So when she's died, that energy has come to life because she, you know, she loved those things. But now, like, you know, the family has decided, like, you know, we need to get rid of this. That's kind of like pissed her off. And like, you know, I can understand all hell kicking off from the person who don't want her stuff being like split up, you know, kind of thing. They called me at 2 in the morning and asked me to take all of her collection with me, or they were throwing all them to the trash. She told her children when she was alive that her dolls spoke to her and did things, but they just thought she was riding with. So I was wondering, yeah. Hi, Jen. I actually got a doll from Gen T as well. I can't remember what one it was. It's in there somewhere. No, they've done the one with Gen T stuff. I just got to go back on my videos and find out the one I got from Jen. Because that was like something like Rose normally picks up. Like Rose told me, if you are looking for a doll, right, you need to like try and open your mind and see if you feel anything on that doll. If you feel something on that doll, then there's a possibility that that doll has an active spirit attached to it. Now, I've bought many dolls off eBay thinking that that doll might have something attached to it, but when I've got it, I've not had no real kind of like activity from it, no K2 hits or nothing. So maybe at the time I was picking up just thinking that there might be something attached to the dolls, but there wasn't. It's probably something where, when you go out shopping, for instance, yeah, and you think, oh, I want that, and you go home and you keep thinking, I want that, you want it. It's something that you want in your life, whether it be a bit of clothes, a bit of furniture or something like that, and you go back and buy it. It doesn't mean it's, spiritually active. It's because you want it. You want it in your collection, or you just need it because, a piece of your furniture is broken and you need to replace it or something, yeah? That's what it was like with me on eBay when I was buying dolls. When I saw some of the dolls, it doesn't mean that they're active. It's just, well, no, I want that because I want it part of my collection. It looks nice. Doesn't mean because it's like spiritually, active or anything. And like Rose said to me, like, if you can look at a doll and you open your mind up and you feel like there is a possibility of something attached to it, then go for it. But if you get that, when you get it, if it gives you activity, great. But if it doesn't, it doesn't, because there could be something attached to it and you just don't want to communicate with her, But when I saw the ones on Gen T site, I had a choice. I could have probably got one from Gen T, which was probably worth hundreds of pounds. And I'm pretty sure Gen T would have gave me one worth hundreds of pounds. But I went for one which kind of looked unusual. It looked old. And, it was kind of, to me, I knew, there was something wrong with the doll. And, I think, she had it up for sale for about $20, $30, And there's 2 or 3 I had, like, that kind of weirdness for, I could have said to Jen, can I have them free? And Jen might have said, yeah, free, but I just didn't want to be greedy. And I didn't want to pick one which was like worth a lot of money. But this one I picked was like $20, $30, I think it was. And she looked kind of more freaky. Well, not so much freaky, but she was giving me more of a weird vibe than I was getting from the other dolls. So I said, can I have that one? And Jen T said, yeah, you can have that one. So she sent me one. So yeah, like, so I'm playing piano outside. I better shut the window because it's like a nice tune, and I might get a copyright infringement because it is like a song that I've really Actually, I think it's a song from the radio or something. The record. God, it's fucking hot in here. I remember one of those days where I'm getting confused. You know, I'm talking and I'm trying to tell you things, and I'm kind of like forgetting things. Shit, my phone's just gone off now. Hang on a minute. Right. So I've kind of like lost what I was doing now. No, I've got like a brother and sister in one of the dolls. Why did the a message open for my daughter? That's weird. A message just opened for my daughter, and like this message was from like, when was it? Well, about a month ago, February the 28th. Why did that just open? That's weird. That is weird. Well, I'm being distracted. Sorry, I'll keep getting like messages. I'm feeling weird right now. Don't know why. I just feel really weird. And I don't get that often. I think the doll I got from Gen T was the evil one. The one in the kitchen, actually, where she committed several murders. I feel really weird. I'm trying to explain things. I'm just like losing the topic, you know, kind of thing. Somebody's trying to like. I'm getting a headache. I'm feeling weird. I don't know, guys. I'm being honest with you. I just feel really weird right now, and I'm getting like a mixed of feelings, lots of kind of like mixed energies floating around me. Like a warning kind of thing. Really weird. Yeah, the doll in the kitchen. The one I think is the one I got from Gen T. Actually, she killed several of her husbands. She killed her children. She killed like men for money. She killed a butler and a maid. And when she buried them, they found out that she had been poisoning them But she kept saying it was heart attack. Well, the poison was caused by heart attacks, actually. She killed 4 husbands. The children found out, so shut her children up by killing them. She also killed her butler and maid. And then she also started dating people, rich people, to get their money, and killed them. And started planting them in, burying them in the basement. And then the families of her husbands, went to the authorities, and the authorities went and knocked on her door and questioned her. And she got questions so intense that she owned up that she had killed so many people that the courts decided to hang her. So that's the doll I got from Gen T. Now, I know other people got dolls from Gen T and that have had a lot of activity from them as well. I thought the one that I got from Gen T was very angry and very evil. She didn't like men at all. So I had to bind her and put her in the cupboard. And I only bring her out every so often. And the recent doll I've got, Jenny, which I've done a stream on the last couple of days, she was murdered by 3 men. They broke into her house. I think she was 96, or 98. And they beat her to death. And, she hates men now. And I got her from the shop up the road. She had been in that shop for 1.5 years, and I've been wanting to get her for 1.5 years, but the price he wanted on her was a bit too high. I was lucky to get her cheaper this time. And she's in the living room on the table right now. So, they will tell you things. Spirits inside the dolls will tell you things if they're willing to tell you. Sometimes they're too willing to tell you things. They want you to know what happened to them, if they was murdered or abused, or if they just generally died in, their sleep, peacefully or something, yeah. And they kind of want to pass on any last messages. They want you to know what happened to them, what kind of life they had with them. And some spirits that attach to dolls are willing to do that, while some, you could get, and you might get cut the K2 hits or something, or an EVP off them, and that'd be it for forever kind of thing. And the dolls I have got here, I'm not saying every one I've got activity from. I haven't. And so I bought dolls off eBay and from charity shops. So I felt that there may be something attached to them. They may be attached to that item at the time, but when you bring them home, it doesn't mean that spiritual attachment is still there. They can release themselves and stay where they originally come from. So the dolls I bought from charity shops, they may, when I buy them, they may release their energy and stay in that charity shop, and I bought the doll home as an empty vessel. And that's what they're using them for. They use dolls as a vessel, because dolls are as you see, they do look lifelike, don't they? What's fucking going on here? My face is really hot on this side. Hot this side, and down the side here is cold. My neck's kind of chilled. And all I'm trying to do is talk about fucking dolls. If a person has had dolls for most of their life, or a fraction of life, and they've loved having that doll, they like, it's like, some people would turn around and say, well, that doll is like my sister or my brother, and they looked after it, they kind of cared for it, like a living human being kind of thing. And then when they die, because they've had no one else to talk to, and they've been talking to their dolls, maybe in some occasions when that person dies, their spiritual energy, their soul floats into that doll. And when we get them, you know, we are actually communicating with the person who's attached themselves to the doll through their energy, their soul, their spirit, whatever. Weird headache. I've got to take some medication in a minute. I can't even spell. So yeah, you know, I've had activity from a lot of the dolls. But I can't understand where people turn around and say, well, you know, how do we know that doll's really active? Well, we don't. You know, because we get a K2 hit, you know, it doesn't really mean much, to be honest with you. Like, the K2s are going off right now, for instance, yeah? If they were all going off, then there's a possibility that there is either one or several spiritual energies attached to those dolls that are making the K2 meters go off. Now, they ain't, because they've gone quiet. Maybe they don't want to talk. Maybe they don't want to communicate. Maybe, for I know, all the spiritual attachments have left the dolls and gone their own separate ways, you know, or they just don't want to talk. Maybe there just ain't enough energy in here for them to like use to make the K2 meters go off. Now, I've just proven to you that a magnet can set off a K2 meter. I've proven to you that a music box possibly can set off a K2 meter. But I've had the doll playing the music and the K2 wasn't going off, but on a certain note, maybe that note was generating an EMF field that set off the K2 just for that 1 second or so. You know, because like that, you know, this is a music doll. That's a music doll. It's got mechanics in it. And when the mechanics is playing a tune, that could also be generating its own EMF. But maybe it ain't the right type of EMF that can manipulate the K2 meter. Maybe it can manipulate another device like a REM pod or another kind of an EMF device. Oh, shit. Such as a ghost meter. I'm not getting anything on any of them. Oh, hang on. Whoa. I'm getting a lot off. Look, that is off. Holy shit. And look, that ain't the magnet. The magnet's here. And it ain't off her. Holy shit. Right, it's not off her. That's coming from Chester. No, it stopped. Oh, sorry, mate. Oh, hang on. No, debunked. If your hand's at the back, that sets it off. But my hand's at the bottom now. Look, I'm holding that straight. Maybe I'm setting it off. Maybe I've got energies around me that's setting it off. I don't know. Because if you watch on like ghost hunters and ghost adventures, all they do is go up to it and it starts going crazy. Now it's not going off. But if I change my hang, it's going off. And all I'm holding is down at the bottom. So what's making it go off? Is it me? Just leaving it out on that. Could be me. Might be putting a little bit of pressure on it. I don't know. Starts going off and it ain't me. But I think that's me setting it off. Maybe I got, because I did say I had a coldness down this side, so maybe that's me setting it off. No, I am feeling some really weird energies around me right now. And, you know, with Jenny, let me just go and get Jenny, the new one. Got to put all these back later. Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to bang your head on the fucking door. Not this one. Oh, they dropped her though. This is Jenny, which I got from the shop up the road to me. As I say, I've been trying to get her for a year and a half at a decent enough price. As soon as I bought her in here, I've got that same smell again. I swear on it, it's like that musky, violet smell. And it's strong right now. Shit, I'm going to be happy. I sometimes feel when I ain't happy, when I keep getting disturbed. Right, so that one is the one I got from the shop up the road, £10, her and the chair. And I don't know why, but it's the... No, all my other dolls, I can look in the eyes, no problem, even with Samantha with her purple eyes, but this one, her eyes, like, it's like fixation on me, like, I'm watching you. Yeah, I'm watching you, kind of thing. Now, this one, I believe, is the one I got from Gen T. And I have to wrap her up because she's an evil cow. Even the spirit dolls don't like her in the living room. I've had to put her in the, what's the name? Now, this one is the one I got from Gen T. She has something inside her. What it is, I don't know. She's got something inside her stomach. I've never taken her clothes off, actually. And she ain't going to like this. So even her head can turn around. There's something inside her stomach. It's like, I'm just wondering, it might be a talking doll or something. But how does she talk? There's something round right there. I don't even see that. I don't know what that is. I'm not taking her apart because she will really get pissed off. So everyone's got a doll similar to that and can tell me what that is. If it's some kind of speaker inside of her. Or is it just where it holds the parts together? But this one I got from Gen T, and she is one evil bitch. And I have spoken to her on a couple of occasions, and she's called me some really nasty names. I've called her a few nasty names back, actually. But this is the one who killed 4 husbands, plus several men friends. She's killed her 2 children, a maid. I can't do her top back up now. She killed her maid, a butler. Hid most of the bodies down in the cellar. So she's more like hard plastics, not like what's the name? I think it's a cry box. But she's got something in her head. She's got something in her head. I think. Or is it inside the box? There's something in there. Oh. Just had something blowing my ear. She's pissed with me right now, shaking her about. I shouldn't have bought this one out, actually. I wish I knew how you could actually get that cry box working. There's like a stain on the back there as well. It's that stain. I don't think there's a way of actually opening her up and seeing if there's any kind of battery. So even with a cry box, you know, that takes a battery, and sometimes a battery can set a K2 meter off. But if the battery's flat, it won't set it off. And the reason why I picked this one from Jen, because of the look of her. You know, she looked unusual, kind of looked a bit weird. One of her eyes were kind of like shut down when I got her. I just like wedged it open, and now it won't shut. This left one will shut sometimes, but then it gets stuck. But she is a very evil person when she was alive. The information she gave me, you know, I even tried provoking her out of some of that information. And all the spirit dolls do not want this one in there. They don't even like her being in the same room with her. So I've got to put her away. I did have a complete like black garment, but I used it for something. I forgot where I put it. So I'm using my clown outfit to like bind her up again, which I used on Halloween. But they don't like this one. Even Abby don't like her. She thinks she is one evil bitch and she shouldn't even be here. Abby got pissed with me having her here. But now Abby's dealt with it. And something just scratched me down the fucking arm. So I'm okay with dolls, like, you know, I never knew I was going to get so many dolls, to be honest with you. I really didn't. You know, oh, my head's itching. I hate it when, like, you know, you can see my psoriasis on my head. I'm going to get my hat. Oh, shit. It doesn't cover it up much, but it covers up a little bit. But I feel like, you know, when I do get dolls, sometimes if they are active, then they will communicate with me. If they're not, then I won't get no activity from any of them. So it just means like Rose does, like Kat does, like anyone does with dolls. They try to experiment with them. They try to research them. They try to communicate with them and try to find out a little bit about what may be attached to them, you know, spirit person, if any. How do we know that any spirit people are really attached to them? How do we know for a fact that we are communicating with a possible dead person that's attached their spirit soul to these dolls. You know, it could just be us. You know, because they said, like, you know, our mind's only been like looked into a slight fraction kind of thing. Maybe we're in some way, not telepathically, but thought process making us think that there's something attached to the dolls. And maybe when we were asking the dolls to set off K2, my K2 meter on the table is going off. And that phone is turned off. Look. And my K2 meter just went crazy on the table just then. And my foot suddenly just gone cold. Let's just try and get that facing down on there for a minute. See if it goes off again. You want this phone because otherwise it'd be doing it. Although, like, this phone is turned on, but it's on airplane mode, so it shouldn't affect that. But that just went crazy just then. Light up again. Felt like something just like came up, touched it, and fucked off again. So how do we really know that, you know, any of our dolls, mine, cats, Roses, are really spiritually active? Although we get, you know, communication from them, whether through an EVP or through a ghost box or through EMF devices, does it really prove that that is a spirit? It could be something else. It could be some kind of like different energy form manipulating us, making us think that we're talking to a spirit person. You know? I don't really want to like open that doll up actually. You know, because she is an evil doll, and if I start taking her apart, I might get physically attacked because she has a scratch. She has actually scratched me before. See, that's not gone off now. Let's turn it back on. So it's weird because although I'm holding it here, if I hold it like I am with these dolls now, practically nothing. But when I go to him, I'm not doing it now. Really weird. What's going on? See, some people would hold that in, but holding that in, that continually goes off, I think. So I'm just doing that. I'm holding it like that, yeah. No, there ain't no proper way of holding it, to be honest with you. But some people would say, oh, that doll's active, you know, you've got something attached to that doll. But why is it doing on that one? And not on that one as much. I don't know. I never really have liked this one, to be honest with you. I've got another one like Rose has got. Ow, fucking knee. Don't know what I've done with it though. Don't know where it's gone. I think it might be in one of the drawers. Oh shit. think it might be in the drawer at the bottom here. It's like a yellow kind of K2 meter thing. Not yellow K. It's not a yellow K2 kind of thing. It's just like a yellow EMF box kind of thing. Tina was like 28.16, but the others are 28.4, 28.3, 28.5, 28.6, 28.3. What about either else? 28.2. Don't know what I've done with that box, that other EMF box. I saw it the other day. I don't know what I've done with it again. It's not here. Whoa, oh shit, the mirror's falling down. Shit. Holy shit, the mirror fell down then. Why was that falling down? I only touched it for a while. I want to find that yellow one. I don't know where the hell it is. I saw it the other day. Oh, here it is, I think. Yeah, there it is. See, Rose, I don't know how she gets her one to go off all the time, but when I use my one, okay, so mine ain't working. I think the battery's flat. Let's get another battery. Getting like a scratching feeling on my arm. I'm not saying it's paranormal. What is that K2 meter? Oh, it's not really 3. So I'll make it 4. What way did it go? That way. Brand new battery and it's not even working. Weird. A bit of paper. You know when you get that vision thing that happens to you, like you're sitting there 1 minute and suddenly your eyes go kind of blurred. You get that right now as well. I think what it is that the battery connectors in here have been pushed in slightly, so I need to get a screwdriver and just bring them out a little bit without damaging it. So I've done this before, not on this but something else, and fucked it right up. So I've noticed that some of the batteries ain't as like big as they used to be. They've made it slightly like about a few millimeters or half an inch smaller or something. So usually when you put a battery in, it should be a nice tight fit. There you go, it's working now. So because you don't turn on, don't mean it ain't going to work. So yeah, I buy equipment, I don't even know how they fucking work anyway, to be honest with you. Right, it's working because it just went off on my computer. Let's change this over. I thought she's angry, this one actually. She don't like being moved around and pulled about. So yeah, what I'm going to be doing is I'll probably do some streams time to time and bring in different dolls and just tell you where I've got them from. Explain on what kind of activity I've got from each of them. Whether it be an EVP, K2 meter hits, DC box hits. The DC box is this. It's my own kind of like device that I made myself. It's a dual one. A bit like a REM pod, just a smaller version. So I can't prove any of these dolls are still active or not, unless the K2 starts going off crazy arse. Then I can turn around and say, well, there's something manipulating them, whether it be in its spiritual energy or not. And I just don't feel like they're too active right now. I don't think they want to communicate. No side cuss, we get our moments where we don't want to even talk to anyone. I would like to find someone who's got something really, really haunted and was able to send it down to me, you know, so I can do some in-depth experiments with them. It's like that clock Chris sent me. You know, I got a clock from someone. He said that he had so much activity from this clock that, you know, he knew it was coming from the clock and he wanted to get rid of the clock. So he asked if I wanted it. I said, yeah, okay. And he sent me it. And the day he posted it out, all the activity he had in his house stopped. Right? Now, he did tell me the clock wasn't working, I believe. And when I got it, you know, I felt a very strong energy on that clock. And I put the clock on the side, on the bed, and it wasn't ticking at all. You know, even when I wound it up, it wasn't ticking. And I left it on the bed for about half an hour, 3/4 an hour. And it still wasn't ticking. And something just made me decide I wanted to research the clock. So I picked it up. I got what information I could from the bottom of the clock. It's a Smith's clock. It had something else on there. As soon as I started researching that clock, the clock started ticking. And it continued ticking for just over a week. Now, some people would probably turn around and say, well, like, well, maybe, you know, you overwound it and, like, you know, the spring was just, like, unwinding itself and suddenly it started ticking. That's a possibility, but it's kind of weird that I had it for nearly an hour. And after I wound it up and it wasn't, ticking, and suddenly, as soon as I started, like, researching that clock, it started ticking by itself automatically. And I did do a Ouija board on it, and I did find out that there was a spirit attached to it, and apparently it was a relative of Chris. And Chris actually was kind of like amazed because one of his relatives actually did do clock repairs, and what I got from the Ouija board was saying that whoever had this clock got it to repair, and he was repairing other clocks. And I still got the clock in my living room. People say to me, well, what do you do with the things you get? Well, keep them. I don't sell them. And I suppose when I die, they probably either be buried with me or get chucked out or be given to, get given to charity. No, if I had a favourite one, you know, I know I like Chester. You know, he's like my mate kind of thing. If I was to like die tomorrow, I'd probably like attach myself to Chester or one of the other dolls. Like I really do like. I don't really want to attach myself to a female doll. It had to be a male doll. And if he was given to someone, you know, in the paranormal field, I would try to give whatever proof I could to that other person. Like if Aaron decided that he wanted to carry on with the paranormal and he decided to take the clown, which I very much doubt he would, I'd try to give him more evidence of the paranormal side of things. You know, I tried to like not so much scare him as much. You know, I try to communicate with him in some way, whether it being through EVP or through a device or ghost box or something like that. But if it went Aaron, it went to someone else who was in the paranormal field, I would try to do whatever I could to show that we do exist after death, kind of thing. You know, it means trying to manifest or make knocking sounds or move things, you know, poltergeist kind of stuff. I wouldn't do it so like, you know, to scare the shit out of people. But if I could prove that, you know, we do exist after death, then I'd do that. They're not getting nothing on K2s whatsoever today. But I do feel a lot of energies in here. A lot of mixed energy. But I will continue doing this. Like, I'll do some more and bring some other dolls in another time. And let you know what kind of activities I've got from them. What devices they've set off mostly. Where I got them from. What stories I've had from them. If I could find my book, you know, I could tell you about some of these actually, like Kat, you know, she said that this was from a woman who collected dolls and they rang up because all hell broke loose. And I don't know what colour eyes they were when Kat got them, but she did say that her eyes had changed. And there are dolls out there where you got like certain dolls have got certain eyes built into them, and over time their eyes can change colour. Problem is I've got to go and put all these back later. But I do like musical dolls as well because like there's a possibility that, you know, although this one hasn't done it when I got it, this actually cost me £6. This one still got the tag on it to prove it. Yeah. I'd like to get a doll that's supposed to be haunted, and it's a musical doll. And you know, you put it in your room one day, and you know, the music box hasn't gone off on it for days or even weeks, and suddenly it starts kicking in, and like, you know, the music starts playing. Again, people would probably turn around, well, maybe the spring hasn't unwound itself. That's a possibility, but if it hasn't been playing for like months and months and months, and suddenly like it starts playing every single day, the whole tune, there's got to be something going on with that fucking doll. And also, like music boxes itself, I would like to collect some more music boxes because, like, you know, people have bought those, they've enjoyed using them, they put their like favourite like jewelry in there, and I probably play the music box once or twice a day. And you know, by handling that, they've used a lot of energy. By handling it, they've used energy winding it up, and you know, there's a possibility that when they've died, they loved that box so much that they've, you know, kind of like put this spiritual energy and attached themselves to that box, and maybe their energy is haunting that box, you know, kind of thing. And you could get it, and suddenly, you know, next minute, fucking music box going off every day. Probably like think, oh, for fuck's sake, you know, you keep playing it, will you stop? And you ask it to stop, and it might stop for a day or two or a couple of weeks, and suddenly start going off again. So I think what happens is that want to interact with you. They're trying to like get that acknowledgement that they're still around, kind of thing, you know. And that's why I think a lot of people attach themselves to items because they want that acknowledgement. So, you know, it's a possibility that spirits do attach themselves to things and, you know, haunt things. And when they start setting things off or moving, you know, like a doll's head could move, you know, like Simon James, he's had his doll move like a quarter way round. Rose had stuff happen. I've had stuff happen. You know, it's just, if it is a spirit person attached to that item, they're doing it because they want to be acknowledged, saying, hey, don't get, I'm still here. You know, come and talk to me, you know, communicate with me. And if you ignore them, then they either got two options. If you ignore a spirit and they're trying to communicate with you, then you can either try to communicate back, which may make things a little bit better, but could make things worse. And if you ignore them, again, it could make things better, or it could make things worse. Because if they've been ignored, they might think, well, you know, I'm trying to fucking show you that I'm here. You're ignoring me, so what else do I need to do? And they might start banging and slamming doors and shit like that. And it will probably fucking frighten you. And, you know, you might not want that spirit in there. If it's doing that, you're thinking, no, this is an evil spirit. And it might not be an evil spirit. It might just be a spirit trying to get that recognition, you know, trying to be acknowledged, you know. So this is what I don't understand with some of these people where they can turn around and say, my house is haunted because I'm hearing knocks and bangs. Well, have they tried debunking those knocks and bangs? Have they had a paranormal investigator in there trying to debunk those knocks and bangs as well? What are those knocks and bangs coming from? Is it like from a neighbour? It's only if you've got a house and you've got no houses, you know, either side of you for like meters away. You know, where are those bangs coming from? It could be a spirit. It could be something like, if you've got a cold air, it could be like a pipe banging, or it could be an animal like in the walls running around and like you're hearing that scratching noise, or it's knocking the pipes. You know, you've got to try to debunk some of this stuff. And if it's nothing like that, and you know, you never had no problems with pipes banging and you've never had like scratches and you're hearing these weird noises, it possibly is a spirit. Whether it being a good spirit or a bad spirit, you don't know. But, you know, if you start communicating with it, it might be a negative spirit. And that negative spirit might say, right, now he's communicating with me, you know, I'm going to try to be friendly with him or her. And once they feel like they can trust me, I'm going to give them all hell. But then you might get a spirit who's not like that. You might get a spirit who just wants to be recognised, you know, acknowledged that they're there. And once they got that acknowledgement, all activity will stop. You know? So if you've got a doll which is like setting off the music box all the time, and you're saying, right, you know, there's a spirit there, you know, I know that you're there. I appreciate, you know, you setting off the music box every day, but can you stop now, please, you know, because it's a little bit frightening. And once that spirit's been acknowledged, they might stop, and that music box might not go off ever again. So I reckon if they want to, like, you know, communicate with you, they will do. If they don't, they won't. And if you kind of like ignore them for a long time, if they feel like, you know, they're being ignored and I suppose lonely, and they want that acknowledgement, they just want you to know that they're still around, they will start giving you activity again. It's like, you know, some of these most haunted places, I don't understand, like, you know, they get all this activity many years ago, then suddenly it stops because maybe a priest has gone in there and done a house cleansing or some kind of exorcism on the house. And then like 50, 60 years later, all hell breaks loose again. Why? Is it because the spirits have gone dormant and something's awoken them? You know, someone's gone in there and performed like some kind of dark magic, trying to conjure up the spirits again. Possibility. But it's like, you know, East Drive, for instance, yeah? That was active in the 1960s, I think it is. It's like 60 years later, it's suddenly like haunted again, really active. Well, what's caused the activity to occur again? And it's supposed to be really haunted, but people have gone in now and done investigations, come out with nothing. So are people just like buying properties up, thinking that, or knowing that they were haunted at one time, and they've either tried to conjure up something and make it haunted again, or they're just bullshitting and saying that they're getting this activity when there's nothing happening. You just don't know with the paranormal. I think you got to put trust in front of everything, really. You know, you got to kind of think, well, is this guy being honest? You know, has activity occurred again? You know, like someone could have had this doll before me and had a hell of a lot of activity on it, and you know, want to get rid of it, so they put it into charity shop, and I've got it, and you know, it might not give me no activity for weeks, months, even maybe a year or so, you know, and suddenly the activity might occur again because it's built up enough energy for that time to cause the activity. But I think most of these dolls, you know, Cat's ones, Rose's ones, my ones, they may have had spiritual attachments to them and gave activity, and that activity has probably died down, because I know for a fact that, you know, dolls I've got from Rose, no, she's had shit given to her, but when I've got them, I've had nothing. So unless they kind of like detached themselves and stayed in Rose's house, because they knew like those dolls were going to come to me and they didn't want to be here, they probably detached themselves, and when I've got them, I've had nothing. But I'm not saying not all of the dolls I've got from Rose I've not had anything from. Like, you know, say Tina, I've had a load of stuff from. Henry the Clown doll I had some stuff off from. A few other dolls I've had from Rose, I've had, you know, like some stuff from, you know, whether it been K2, EMFX, EVPs, Ghost Box. You know, I feel that once you communicate with them on a couple of occasions, they're happy, and then their activity kind of like just dies down. Someone's singing outside, so it's not. If you can hear singing, it's not paranormal. There's been people singing out there most of the day, actually. What time did I start this? Oh, I've been on an hour and 58 minutes by the looks of things. I didn't think I was going to be on this long, actually, but it's starting a little bit longer. See, the cat's been really acting weird since I got this doll. I don't know it's because of the temperature, but she's been like in and out of the living room all the time. She's been laying down in the door. And last night I had my DVR on, and I was flicking through the channels. And in the hallway near the door, I kept seeing like glitter, like two like little glitters of, and it looked like eyes. And the cat was in here. And it's where she's been laying, kind of like near the door, because like the front door's got like a little gap under, and the hallway's got the windows open, so there's probably a draft coming up underneath the door, and she's laying there to get that little bit of draft. But when she's in there, it looks like there was like shadows moving around where she was laying, and it looked like an animal figure, and you could see like two like glitters, like flash time to time. And I think it was a cat when the cat wasn't even out there. And when she was given to me from the neighbour upstairs, she did say one of the other kittens did die. So maybe it's the brother or sister spirit of the cat from upstairs that's laying in the same location. I'm not saying it is a ghost cat, but you know, since I've had her, I have had like little dark figures coming in and out of the bottom of the door just over there kind of thing. It's not really been scary or anything. It's like, you know, you're sitting there and you see something at the corner of your eye and you turn and it's disappeared kind of thing. I do believe that there's possibly an animal spirit in here. One or two. But it's, you know, it's just like a dark kind of figure. Now, some people probably turn around and say, well, that could be something demonic. Could be a gremlin or something kind of like that, you know, kind of thing, or a little devil or a little demon, you know. Well, no, because I don't feel it's that negative. It's just like sometimes it creeps in and jumps back out kind of thing. And I've never like had any kind of like harm from it. It's just like the corner of the eye thing, you know, you see something come through that door, then as you look, it either kind of scatters around the side of the bed, which is impossible because it's all fucking like covered up with cupboards and boxes and stuff like that, or it darts back out in the hallway. But a spirit can actually go through the doors. Now, this is what I don't understand, right? This is what I don't understand. This can be a bit fucked up in one way, I suppose, stupid, but why is it that I suppose it's probably down to, like, again, energy, how much energy it takes for them to do it, all right? But if a ghost can appear from anywhere, right? Say just about going to go out in the kitchen and a ghost appears in front of me, yeah, all right? And it scares the shit out of me and I run in and shut the door, all right? Now, if I put the catch on my door, my lock, I'm hoping that that ghost can't come through the door. But we've seen on God knows how many videos that ghosts can come through doors. Now, why would a ghost just come up to the door and knock on it or rattle the door handle when it can physically come in? You know, if it's going to scare you more, it's going to walk through that door, innit? Why would it just stand outside and rattle the fucking door? It just don't make sense. Maybe it takes a shitload more energy than it does to manifest to walk through a door or through a wall. You know, if it's going to scare the hell out of you, it's going to walk through the wall, you know, like a zombie, you know, kind of thing. It's going to wave its arm. It's going to try to choke you. You know, why does it not do that when, you know, and it stands outside the door and rattle or tap? Not reading chat, sorry. Why are you lot not doing no activity? Waste my time, aren't you? No, I think sometimes you know, you get a spirit that's attached to a doll and maybe they don't like being in that location because they're not being communicated with. You know, let's put it this way. Let's say I'm not into the paranormal. You know, I've never been into the paranormal and I've got something that has actually got something spiritual attachment to it and it's trying to communicate with me through either knocking on the wall, tapping, opening, shutting door cupboards, you know, making verbal sounds like moaning, crying or whatever, you know, or even itself moving, you know, or trying to move things like poltergeist activity, yeah? They're saying any of that and, you know, it's scaring me and I just want to get rid of it. So it goes to another place and the same thing happens and it gets rid of. Maybe it's just trying to, like, as I said, trying to be that active, so it's kind of being try to be acknowledged that it's there. And once it's been acknowledged, it'll actually calm down. Sometimes it might get worse, you know, if it's an evil spirit attached to it. But if it's a good spirit and it's not there to harm you, but it just wants you to be aware that it's there, and it's trying to let you know that it's there because it's doing this activity, maybe, like, you know, once you acknowledge it, it goes quiet, it goes dormant. And because, like, you know, it gets sent to someone who's in the paranormal, like I am now, and some of you other guys, you know, is watching, once you actually get it, and you've heard so many stories about it here, and, you know, you go, okay, send it here, you know, I'll do whatever I can, you know, I'll try to communicate in some way. I'll do an EVP ghost box and, you know, use some of my equipment, and it gets to you, and it knows who you are. And once you try communicating with it, and you've got EVPs, you've got a message through a Ouija board or ghost box or something, yeah, it's happy that it's been acknowledged, and suddenly now it knows it's been acknowledged. It's done what it needs to do, and suddenly just goes dormant or disappears, you know, it goes to the other side and never comes back again. And that's what I think what happens some of the times, you know, when you get like an active doll, a spirit's attached to it, it's been trying to acknowledge, you know, trying to get that acknowledgement from a certain person, and that person's not been like saying, yeah, I know you're here. You know, they've just been too scared to acknowledge it, so they pass it on to someone else, and it goes on to someone else and someone else until it gets to us, and we understand that it's been trying to communicate. And when we communicate with it, it's happy, and they just now say, well, thank you, like, you know, you communicated with us, it's time for us to move on, and they depart from that particular doll, and that doll's never going to be active again, or any other item that they might attach themselves to, a clock, jewelry, a watch, piece of like furniture or something, yeah. So I kind of believe that once that you've communicated with them, unless they win the stay and continue communicating with you, then they stay attached to the doll or whatever item it is. But I do think that once they have communicated with you, that's it. They've been acknowledged. They're happy with that, and they've got no other reason to stay on anymore. So they go back to where they come from, you know, like the family, and they just sit there and, you know, peacefully and watch their family go up, or they cross over to the other side, you know, heaven. But if it's like an evil spirit, if we had something attached which was evil, and, you know, it's come to us, you know, acknowledgement, it's going to enjoy, because they know that, you know, we know that something attached to it. But is it going to be that acknowledgement where they are going to like start causing a hell of a ruckus? You know, are they going to like continue on what they've been doing, like banging, slamming doors? You know, are they there because they like doing that? You know, do they thrive off the fear? Because, you know, spirits, all spirits, good and bad, need fear, and fear is an energy form from number one energy, I believe. And with that fear, they can thrive off that, and they will continue using that to, you know, do whatever they do to try to get that recognition, and acknowledgement that they're there. But once the good ones get that acknowledgement, I believe that most of them just decide to move on. But the negative ones, and then they know that, now they know that you know that they're there, they might give, you know, even more activity, and they might give you so much negative activity that it may, in one way, wish that you went into the paranormal, you know. And it might get so worse that you might have to get a priest in to get your house blessed, to move on, you know, the darker energies. I'm not talking shit, but never mind. But I don't think that some of the spirits are here to like harm you. They just, so they want that little bit of acknowledgement, and they will continue doing things until they do get that acknowledgement. And once they've got an acknowledgement, they can either stay or go. You know, It's like some of the TV programs, the ghost hunting ones, where you get that activity, and someone turns around and says, "Well, why don't you come to terms with it and say, look, I know you're here. If you don't cause us any harm, and if this house was yours, before we moved in, then we're willing to allow you to stay as long as you don't give us any more activity." And some spirits might be like that, but then you might get some evil, negative person that may have lived there before you who wants you out. Total, he don't want anyone in his house or her house, and they will give you so much activity, and they will scare you, they will harm you, they will attack you, do whatever they want to get you out. So yeah, you have got your good spirits, you've got your bad spirits, you've got your demonic spirits, you've got your guardian angels, I suppose. But yeah, I feel like most of the ones that I've got from people who either moved on or they're just happy to be quiet. They don't want to communicate anymore. They just want to be left alone and have a peaceful spiritual life, I suppose. Because have you seen any of the K2 meters go off? I haven't, not much. But what I'm going to do, and I'm going to take these back in there, and I'll bring a couple more out and show you the other ones that I've had a little bit of experience with. So give me a few minutes. This is going to be a few minute timing thing. And I'm only going to be on about another hour, if that. So I'm getting a bit tired. See, that's going off again, and I've not even wound it up. As I said, it could be because the wind-up mechanism is not releasing itself properly all the time. So if it goes off in the living room and I hear it, it doesn't mean it's haunted. I'll take these couple back in and I'll get some more out. Save me doing that next time. I will continue doing some more later. Gives me something to do instead of sitting there fucking moping, I suppose. Well, I've got another 5 dolls. I think that'll be it tonight. I could bring some more in, but I'm not going to. I can't remember the name on that one, but this one I got from Rose. These two. This one, I think it was, which is Charlotte. This one, Donna. Charlotte, Donna. Rachel. And this one is another Louise. Now, I can't remember where I got some of these from, as I said, yeah. Some of them I got from eBay. Some of them I got from charity shops. But these two, I think it was, I had them in the kitchen at one time, Charlotte and Donna. And I was doing a kitchen event. I was in here with the kitchen camera turned on, and they were sitting on the kitchen sideboard, and they've been sitting there for a couple of hours, and all of a sudden they just fell down, no apparent reason whatsoever. You know, we heard a thump. I played back the video, and you can see them being knocked down. So I've gone out there, I sat them back up, and I thought it might be down to vibration, so I'm just damping around them, banging on the side where they were, and you know, it had to be a very heavy bang for me to do to make them fall down again. You know, I was like really whacking the side. So I put them back up, and then I left them there, and half an hour later we had a really big kind of bump, and looking back, those 2 dolls fell down again second time, and it was more of a it's something like just went and pushed them down, you know, at a force. Now, I'm not saying the dolls were active, but you know, we were getting K2 hits on them during the night sometimes as well. So I can't tell if they were really spiritually active or not, to be honest with you. You know, I've got their names from Ouija board, so, and you know, that's what Abby told me. Some of the spirits and the dolls will not talk to me whatsoever. They just like talk to Abby, being another spirit person, and she'll pass on the information. Rachel, when I got her, I was getting EVPs left, right, and centre. Mainly her name being said quite a lot of the times. This one I believe I got from Rose. Rose sent me this one, I think. Had a few hits on the K2 meters. I did get a name, but I can't remember what her name is. And this one, I've had EVPs from her, like her name, Louise, K2 hits and stuff like that. As I say, normally if I try to communicate with them and ask them what their name was, how old they were when they died, how they died, where they come from, and that's on the Ouija board. If they were willing to tell me, then I used to write down in my book, and I can't find my fucking book anywhere. And I just jot down the general information. I didn't want to pry into, you know, too much of their personal details. I'm not like that. You know, if I was going up to someone to try and make friends with, you know, I'll ask them their name and where they come from, but I won't pry into their personal details straight away. Because it ain't fair, really. And I just treat them as a normal human being if they were still alive in some way, I suppose. No, with this one, I know Rose said that, you know, she was active, but not really got much from her, to be honest with you. I got 2 Abbeys, I think. The Abbey I got, the higher power one, Tina brought down from the spirit board. But I do have 2 Abbeys, which I think one might come from you, but my higher spirit Abbey came from like spirit world. Tina told me. but I have got 2 Abbeys. I know that. Because it's kind of confused when you're saying, like, you know, hi Abby, you know, can you say your name? And you get an Abby come through and you don't know it's Abby, as in like the one you sent me from the doll, or if it's like Abby through like the one that Tina brought through the spirit world. And Abby's more like an angel than anything else. But no, Rose has sent me several dolls, and you know, some of them I've had activity from. You know, I've had like some of what she's told me that she's had, like, you know, shadows, knocks and bangs. But you know, because I've got so many dolls, you know, it doesn't mean that someone can send me a doll and say, well, you know, you're going to hear lots of knocks and bangs, you know, when you get her. So I still get knocks and bangs, you know, and it could be any one of my dolls that may be doing that. If it is a doll spirit, you know, it could be something else, you know, that may be causing knocks and bangs in the kitchen. But, you know, it's kind of weird that people get all this activity, and then when I get them, I get hardly anything because, as I said, it's either they want to be not so much more comfortable, it's where they may know that, you know, they probably frighten the person or trying to communicate with a certain person more than they would with any other person. So, like, someone could send me a doll which is supposed to be really haunted and giving someone a shitload of activity, and I may get that item and get nothing from it. No, like, I don't even know where these dolls come from. Most of them state that they lived in the UK, apart from the one I got from Gen T, that came from America. The one that I've still got in here wrapped up, which I've got to take back out in a minute. Some of the dolls have come from those which have come from America, and they've told me they come from America. No, so what I get from some of the dolls that Rose has told me or given me, I do a Ouija board. And if I say that they come from America and I've told Rose that they come from America, Rose will either confirm it or say, well, no, I got that one from an English person off eBay or something, yeah? But you don't know where that person originally got it from. So someone could have got a doll from America, kept it for a while, got activity. They probably decided to get rid of it, sold it to one person. That person sold it to Rose. Rose has got it from someone in the UK. And, like, you know, stories can be manipulated, like changed in different ways. And, you know, Rose probably thinks that the doll's from England when it could have come from America, Germany, France, or wherever, you know, kind of thing. People withhold information because they don't even know where they come from. Some people won't even tell you where the dolls come from. Some people won't even tell you what activity they get from certain dolls. You know, I'd love to get hold of, like, Annabelle and Robert. You know, they're supposed to be the most haunted dolls in the world. But how many people really had any kind of activity from them? You know, when they've gone and visited them in the museums. Some people have had weird feelings. Some people have been, like, scratched and knocked around and suddenly got violently ill when other people have gone there and felt nothing. You know, I'd just love to have one thing that is supposed to be really, really haunted. And if things kicked off and, you know, turned out worse for me, then that's my own fucking fault for wanting it. It's no one else's fault. It's like the divot box Rose got me, that wooden divot box. I knew, like, there wasn't nothing in there. You know, I didn't feel any, like, negativity. I didn't even get anything on the K2 hits, to be honest with you. And, you know, I kept saying I was going to open it, and they said, don't open it, don't open it, don't open it. I said, look, I don't feel nothing in it. You know, I just don't feel like that divot box is a real divot box. You know, I don't feel that there's no activity attached to that box whatsoever. Because I get the odd K2 meter here. That don't mean nothing. It just could be the energy that's being I can't even pronounce it now. Accumulated from other people touching it, you know, because we're always like, when we're touching things, we're always passing on our energy, and that energy can be manipulated thinking that it's spiritual energy when it ain't. So when I got it, I've left it in the cupboard for several months, and I still kept saying I ain't getting nothing from it, you know. So I'm going to open it, and I opened it, and all that was in there was 2 cards, the same card but duplicate. You know, if that was a real divot box, I'd have had shitload of activity, and I didn't get none. So like this one here, another one. I think Rose sent me the wooden one. I think she sent me this one as well, but I can't remember where I got that from. Did you send me this, Rose? But anyway, because it's got chicken bones and some crystals and some herbs and a toy, that don't mean that's a divot box. It don't mean that there's anything active in it. I'm actually going to open this up. And if I release something, it's my stupid fault. But I don't think there's nothing in there. That's just like someone has got a box, put something in it and sealed it. No, because what in the right mind would someone, come on, seriously, why would someone want to send you a divot box with a real, genuine, pure evil spirit attached to it? Someone in there, you know, who has been seriously controlled and possessed by that spirit, and they've managed to get that spirit back into that box and snapped out of that evil kind of like demonic possession and said, well, fuck this, I'm going to get rid of it. But why would they sell it? Why don't they do the right thing, is give it to someone who knows about divot boxes? And there are people out there who buy divot boxes as research and for paranormal, you know, research. No, you don't really. No, I've been checking eBay every so often, and there's 2, maybe 3 divot boxes from India, and I don't even think. Well, I believe that maybe 2 of them could be possibly spiritually active because of the price on them. But you shouldn't really put a price on anything that may have a spirit attached to them. You know, because I did this the other day. If that was really active, if there's a spirit in there, I'll be getting K2 hits all the time. Nothing. Where's my other EMF? Nothing. Now I'm shaking it up. I'm pissing the spirit off maybe now. If that spirit was getting pissed because I'm shaking it, that'd give me activity. You know, anyone could fucking go out and get a box and put shit in it and say, that's a divot box. Now, I could go out and buy a box tomorrow, put some dried chicken bones in, put some herbs in, put a bunch of crystals in. I've got shitloads of crystals up there. I've got like thousands of crystals up there. I could put a couple of crystals in, seal it up, put a few cards or old photos in it, and class it as a divot box and sell it for £200 or something. I wouldn't, because I'm not that dishonest. But some people do, because they know they can make money on the paranormal. So they, you know, I'm pretty sure Rose has bought dolls from people who say that the dolls are haunted and she's not had nothing from them whatsoever. Maybe Cat. For other people, me, I bought dolls thinking they might have a spiritual attachment to them, but had nothing on them whatsoever. Not in the K2 hit. Now, if there's a spirit attached inside this, we don't know what kind of spirit is it. Is it a child or an adult? Why they put a toy in there? Maybe it could be an evil child spirit. But if there's a child spirit in there, if they can walk through walls, I'm sure they can exit a box. Unless they had like some kind of prayer binding to it and made them stay in the box so they can't come out and they can't give you that activity. They can't make a K2 meter flicker. I don't even need to open this. Now what I'm going to do. I don't need to open it. I don't need to open it. I'll just do a fucking hole in it. One hole. That's enough to let any spirit out. Rose is probably fucking pissed right now. Sorry, Rose, but I told you I will open it. Any spirits in here? Do I need to open now? Come on, any spirits? Light up my devices. I command you in the name of God, if there's a spirit in this box and I've released you, come forward and make these devices go off. Come forward and set off, turn my lights off. If you're an evil spirit. And command you in God's name. Because it's bullshit. People make boxes like this and say it's haunted, and they're not. They rip us off, Rose. Now, this is my Nokia phone. It's the first thing I ever used for an EVP. And because I used to get so many good responses on EVPs, people heard the EVPs I was getting off them. Cat, Rose, Rusty Reporter, Simon James, and several other people went out and bought them. And I don't need to bullshit this because they will back me up. And, we had fucking great EVP sessions on these. So I'm going to put this on. Right. Any spirit in this box that I may release, I command you in the name of Jesus, come forward and tell me your name right now. Come and set off this device in my right hand with the green light. Manipulate it. Use your energy. Use the energy around this room. Use my energy to set this K2 meter off. Prove to me that there was something inside this box. Prove to me that I've released something from hell or an evil spirit or even a good spirit. Come and talk to me. Shout out your name. I've got this device here that's resting on a box. Come and tell me your name. Are you a good-natured spirit or a bad spirit? Are you here to cause me negativity. Why was you put in this box if there was a spirit in this box? What's the reason of you being bound inside this box? Tell me now. You want to tell me something? Tell me something now. You know, give me a message. Tell me to shut up. Tell me to fuck off. Tell me that you're going to harm me. Or be friends with me or whatever. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to tell me whatever you want to tell me. And I'm going to play the audio recording back. K2 just flickered. But that don't mean shit to me. That could just be from the phone itself. But my phone, this phone never gives a K2 hits, generally. I know there's like, well, all phones have some kind of like magnetic things in it. Okay, thank you. Right, stop that. Right, I'm going to play this through my amplifier. Have I unleashed hell? Because I don't think so. Someone's made this, making it look like it's supposed to be haunted, and sold it. And, you know, again, maybe, you know, you might get that feeling that it's haunted, and, you know, you get the feelings that things of like is manipulating you. You know, when I'm doing that EVP, I was getting like a bit of a side headache there, but that don't mean nothing. Right, turn the amp on. Can actually turn it up a bit this time. Now I did EVPs last night and I wasn't getting hardly anything. You know, I had like little very quiet whispers, but I wasn't getting nothing. So let's see if I've unleashed hell. You know, let's see if I've unleashed a spirit, whether being good or bad, from that box. Right. Any spirit in this box that I may release, I command you in the name of Jesus, come forward and tell me your name right now. And I'm going to stop it because I'm not getting what I'm going to get. Right. Any spirit in this box that I may release, I command you in the name of Jesus, come forward and tell me your name right now. Come and set off this. Come and set off this device in my right. Manipulate it. Use your energy. Use the energy around this room. Use my energy to set this K2 meter off. Prove to me that there was something inside this box. Prove to me that I've released something from hell or an evil spirit or even a good spirit. Come and talk to me. Shout out your name. I've got this device here that's resting on a box. Come and tell me your name. Tell me your... Right. Any spirit in this box that I may release, I command you in the name of Jesus. Whoa, what the fuck happened there? Well, I'm going to start again. I'm going to start again because my phone really started messing up there. Right. Any spirit in this box that I may release, I command you in the name of Jesus, come forward and tell me your name right now. My phone started messing around just then. It went high, low, high, low. Come and set off this device in my... Right. Manipulate it. Use your energy. Use the energy around this room. Use my energy to set this K2 meter off. Prove to me that there was something inside this box. Prove to me that I've released something from hell or an evil spirit or even a good spirit. Come and talk to me. Shout out your name. I've got this device here that's resting on a box. Come and tell me your name.
Something there then. Yeah.
Just come and tell me your name.
Something there.
Tell me your name.
I don't want to, I think you're saying. Sounds like I don't want to, but
Tell me your name.
There's definitely a voice there.
Are you a good natured spirit or a bad spirit? Are you here to cause me negativity? Why was you put in this box if there was a spirit in this box? What's the reason of you being bound inside this box? Tell me now.
My head's burning on the right side now.
You want to tell me something? Tell me something now. You know, give me a message. Tell me to shut up. Tell me to fuck off. Tell me that you're going to harm me. Or be friends with me or whatever. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to tell me whatever you want to tell me. And I'm going to play the audio recording back. K2 just flickered. But that doesn't mean shit to me. That could just be from the phone itself. But my phone, this phone never gives off K2 hits, generally. I know there's like, well, all phones have some kind of like magnetic things in it. Okay, thank you. Well,
I'm not saying that, you know, what I heard was what you might have heard, but I'm sure I thought I heard saying I don't want to when I said, you know, talk to me or whatever. What I'm going to do now is actually put the box on the table. Like so. I know you can't see it. Just give me a second. K2 meter. And I'm actually going to put the phone right on that hole that I drilled in. And I'm going to do another EVP. But I'm not really going to ask any questions. I might ask one or two. Just bring the camera out as well a little bit for a minute. So you can see I'm not touching it. I'm not doing anything with it. I'm just going to do an EVP, let it record for about a minute without asking any hardly any questions and see what we get. Hello, anyone there? So can you come and say your name, please? Say anything you want to say. I'm going to give you a minute to say what you need to say. And I'm going to stop the recording device, which is on your box. So although I may not hear you, if you want to speak, speak. Because when I stop it, I'm going to play it back. If I can hear your voice, that's great. If I don't hear your voice, then I know there's nothing in that box. Try and manipulate this K2 meter as well if you can. Start it from now. Okay, there is someone talking out in the hallway. A male. So it might pick up his voice. So if he stops talking, we'll give it a little bit more time. Banging from upstairs. They're running down the stairs. Noisy bastards. Well, I'm going to give you another 30 seconds because there was talking from outside and noises. So you're trying to communicate with me. If there's anything in this box, please try and communicate with me. Tell me anything you need to tell me, starting from now. Okay, thank you. Now, there was noises still. I can hear someone singing outside. So it may contaminate. If I hear it, then I'll let you know that, what it is. Where being someone singing, the bang, a guy talking outside.
Hello, anyone there? So can you come and say your name, please? Say anything you want to say. I'm going to give you a minute to say what you need to say. Then I'm going to stop the recording device, which is on your box. So although I may not hear you, if you want to speak, speak. Because when I stop it, I'm going to play it back. If I can hear your voice, that's great. If I don't hear your voice, then I know there's nothing in that box. Try and manipulate this K2 meter as well if you can. Starting from now.
Just rewind that to until I said now, so I didn't have the volume up.
Starting from now.
Fucking noise upstairs. Yeah, I heard a voice there, but I think that's the guy upstairs. Oh, it said Peter. No, the person outside didn't say Peter. Sounds like Peter. Sounds like Peter, but it might be something different. No, that is the guy from outside.
So there is someone talking out in the hallway. A male.
Yeah. Well,
so it might pick up each voice, so if he stops talking, we'll give it a few extra.
Although I thought I heard it say Peter, I think it was the same guy talking outside, so I'm not putting that as like an EVP, as in spiritual.
Extra, a little bit more time.
Got a minute and 10 seconds left.
Banging from upstairs. They're running down the stairs. Noisy bastards.
Still a lot of noise upstairs.
Well, I'm going to give you another 30 seconds because there was talking from outside and noises. So you're trying to communicate with me. If there's anything in this box, please try and communicate with me. Tell me anything you need to tell me. Start from now.
Yeah, picking up the females out there singing as well. That's the computer spinning up the hard drive. So much noise coming upstairs, you know. I can hear them banging around right now still. I know it's above me. No, no. So, is that box haunted? It doesn't seem like it, does it? Because I got fuck all from it. Now, some people will probably turn around and say, well, you know, you might have opened Pan's daughter's box, you know, you give it a couple of days, you know, you might get shitload of activity. It happens, you know. Have I opened the Pandora's box? Is there something evil attached to it inside, bounded inside? Get to know in a few days, won't I? If anything happens. Fucking noise. So this is the reason why sometimes I don't start doing this till like 11 o'clock at night, because, you know, you're not getting so much noise from the neighbours. It contaminates your session. Because someone can turn around and say, oh, did you hear that bang? And it's the neighbours upstairs. And I forget to say it's a neighbour. And you think it's like paranormal, but it ain't. Right, I'll be back when I'm just going to feed the cat. Let me know if you see the K2 meters go off on the dolls. So, any flashies? No K2 hits. So you like, you know, sometimes spirits attached to the dolls ask me to give them like jewellery. And if I've got any spare, then I kind of like give them a costume chain or a piece of costume jewellery that I may have found while magnet fishing. Right, I'm going to do one more quick UVP, but put it over here. So I've got people playing music outside, so it might contaminate, I don't know. Put it in here, Rebecca, because sometimes I'll get Rebecca coming through. Right, any spirit people attached to these dolls want to come through and say hello by saying your name one at a time. Rebecca, can you light up your K2 meter for me, please? Like you've done in the past.
Use some of that energy that you may have collected and stored, like that. Make that green light flash to a different colour. Do you have anything you want to tell me? Any message? Do you want to just say hello? Do you want to say goodbye? Do you want to tell me to shut up? Tell me to bugger off or whatever, you know, just say anything you want to say. Are any of these dolls active still? Do they still have a spiritual person that's attached to them, or are they all gone? Are they left? What happened to Leonard? Spirit Child from Mitcham Common. Has he left? Is he gone? Has he gone with his family across the other side now? Does he still come back and pay us a visit? Does he still roam the Mitcham Common? I thought I saw one of K2 minutes go off at the corner of my eye, but I'm not sure. You lit the K2 meter up. Can you do it again for me, please? I think it was on the tall one. I'm not sure. Thought I saw something flash just then. Did you line that K2 meter up for me? Is that you being active? Have I got spiritual presence around me now? Took a long time for that to go off. Now, if that continues going off, then it could be a battery fault. But if it doesn't go off for a minute or two, can you light that up again for me, please? Okay, you've done it once. Do it again for me. Let's stop the inventory. Turn that back. Right, that's 4 minutes 30 seconds. Right, any spirit people attached to these dolls want to come through and say hello by saying your name one at a time. Saying there, but very quiet. I'm not going to keep like rewinding and playing it back if I can't hear it myself. Rebecca, can you light up your K2 meter for me, please? What you've done in the past. Use some of that energy that you may have collected
screen might flash to a different colour. Do you have anything you want to tell me? Any message? Do you want to just say hello? To say goodbye? Do you want to tell me to shut up? Tell me to bugger off or whatever, you know, just say anything you want to say. Are any of these dolls active still? Do they still have spiritual presence attached to them, or are they all gone? Are they left?
So there's spiritual attachment still on these dolls. Like 105 something there is. Got a headache.
What happened to Leonard? Spirit child from Mitchell Common. Has he left? Is he gone? Has he gone with his family across the other side now? Does he still come back and pay us a visit? Does he still run Mitchell Common? Does he still come back and pay us a visit? Does he still come back and pay us a visit?
That's my.
Does he still run Mitchell Common? He still come back and pay us a visit? Does he?
You know what that said? That said my dad's name, Dougie. I swear on that. Listen.
Does he still run Mitchell Common? Visit? Still come back and pay us a visit? Does he still run Mitchell Common?
That's name, Dougie.
Does he still come back and pay us a visit? Does he still run pay us a visit?
That sounds like
Does
Dougie.
he still run Mitchell Common?
Could the spirit of my dad be here visiting me? Letting me know that spirit pit was still around? That said Dougie. I'm sure that said Dougie. But is it something that made me feel it's saying my dad's name?
Well, I saw one K2 minutes door off at the corner of my eye, but I'm not sure.
But let's say if it's not even saying Dougie, it's saying something, but it makes me
You need the K2 meeting up. Can you do it again for me, please? I think it was on the tall one. I'm not sure. Thought I saw something flash just then.
Oh yeah, I'll play the rest of that in a minute. I'm just going to change the battery on that. Could be a battery issue. Let's just turn that down for a minute. So I'm going to put a new battery in there. So it might be the battery wearing down. So I have done a video where when you've got devices going off continuously, it's a possibility that the batteries are running down. I'm going to get the battery bloody all inside. So that starts going off again, so it's manipulating it.
Did you line up K2 meet up for me?
Just like Susan.
Is that you being active?
That's when that.
I've got spiritual presence around me now.
That's when the DC box was going on. Caught it on audio.
Took a long time for that to go off. Now, if that continues going off, then it could be a battery fault. But if it doesn't go off for a minute or two, can you light that up again for me, please?
Light it up again.
So you've done it once, do it again for me.
I'm sure that doll is kind of moved. I'm not sure though. Seems like it's come forward slightly.
Stop. Stop you, Jeffrey.
I think there's something at the end there. Something like watch it or something, I don't know. Well, I'm not going to do any more EVPs. Plug that back in now. Switch that phone off. So, are dolls still active? If they are being very, very quiet. And maybe they've done their communicating, they just want to be left alone, or maybe they've just flown the coop. They've gone their own way, and I've got empty vessels. What? What are you meowing for? I'm not picking you up. You're molting. What? So the cat's meowing more than she normally does. Is she picking something up? Go and sit in your chair. You're sensing her. She's gone under the chair. She won't come near this. She don't even want to be near this one. All right, let me just put this one in the kitchen. Oh, shit. Yeah, let's try something. I won't be able to see though. No, I won't. Okay. Don't want to torment the cat. If the cat was back down, I'll stick that box in front of her nose and see what she picks up, if anything. I don't know why this turns off all the time. Rose's one's always stays on, my one doesn't. So I don't know why. Right, 28.2, 28.1, 28.0, 27.9 on the large one. That's dropping down to 27.6. It seems to be more colder this side of them. It's 27.5. 27.4. Seems to be colder in this area, only by a fraction. What's in there? Anything? Anything in there? If there was something in there, she'd be sensing that. She'd be fucking hissing and spitting probably. Anything in there? Anything? Yes or no?
Oh, near the hole. Yeah, oi. Smell near the hole. No, she's not too keen on it, I don't think. I ain't got nothing to bung that hole up now. Need some tape. No, it don't even bother me, to be honest with you. I ain't got any tape anyway. Why do you want to tape up, Steve? Well, if I have opened Pandora's box, you know, all hell could fucking be set free, I suppose. But if I set it back up with tape. Put a little bit of tape back over the hole. You can always take it off again. Now that box has been in here for days since I last bought it out. You know, it's been sitting on the auto table over there. Now I told you guys, no one would really sell a haunted divot box. And if they did, then they're sick bastards. But then again, like, you know, if someone did sell a Pandora's box, a divot box, to someone who's in the paranormal and they get a crazy activity, then they're going to use that evidence to let people know exactly what they are getting from the divot box. But divot box is usually made out of wood from, you know, the Jewish community. And they have proper boxes. They actually have hidden components, you know, that release the box mechanically. It's like a jigsaw kind of puzzle box, you know. You had to like muck around with it for it to release the actual catches to open the box up, just like on the divot movie. So, you know, it doesn't mean that these boxes, the wooden box I had, this plastic box that's got spill attachment, because it's got glue or hot wax stuck around it, it doesn't mean shit. It's sort of like a scratch on my arm then. So if I release something in now from out of there, maybe not. Maybe there's something in there, maybe there's something in there, maybe there isn't anything in there. You know, because I think that's a cheap box, wasn't it? I don't know how much it was paid for it. I'm not sure if I bought it or Rose bought it for me. I can't remember, to be honest with you, but I don't think it was expensive. And no one would be selling the box cheap. They would be asking a shitload of money for it if it is a real haunted box, and it wasn't. So what time is it? 9:22. I'll be going offline soon because I want to make myself some dinner. What I'm going to eat, I don't know. I fancy going around the shop and getting some eggs and having an egg sandwich. But when I buy eggs, I only cook one or two, and the others get left behind in the fridge, and, you know, I forget about them and they go out of date and get thrown away. I wish I was able to sell eggs, like, you know, in 2s or 3s instead of 6 and fucking 24. I don't know. I'll be honest, yeah. I'm not getting much tonight, you know, maybe the odd cup of K2 hits, but the DC box went a couple of times, but that could be down to the drained battery. Don't mean shit. And as I say, you may have spirits attached to dolls, and after they communicate to you, they go dormant. They may leave. You know, they don't want to talk to you anymore. You know, I don't force them to come out and chat to me. If they want to chat, they come and chat. If they don't, you know. And if they got the energy, they set off the devices.
and looks like they've not gone off, apart from your once or twice, and on the table. What made that go off on the table? No idea. But I know what I'm going to quickly do, find out if this tablet is charged up. I still got a copy of Mark Colsham's Ghost Box that I need to do for a competition prize. I ain't forgotten about that. I will do that at some stage. I'm going to try to download it on my tablet and see if the application works on here fully. So I don't know if this has got a sensor in it or not. But I know my phone hasn't got a sensor, so it doesn't give me the EMF option on there. But Mark told me with his version, the K2 meter does work on these one. So I'm just waiting for it to... Right, so I've only got a little bit of battery power in it. Now, what was it called? I changed my password since then, and I do not know what my new password is on this phone. Access required. Oh, hang on. I need me root password. Password. Connect. I'll press connect and know what's happening. Seems like my tablet's frozen. Connecting. Authenticating. No, it didn't take my password. Oops. Let's start again. Oh, for fuck's sake. What's going on here? My tablet keeps freezing up for some reason. Just shut off. The whole thing's just shut off by itself. Can't turn it on or off. Right, swipe. Next. Connect. Scanning. All right, try again. It's not giving me. No, okay. Connect. Authenticating. It's not setting me password. Right, that's exactly what it says on there. Won't take my password. Unless that J is a lowercase j. It's not taking my password. Now the battery's going flat. No, it's working after all that time. And I've got to try and remember the password for my YouTube. Incorrect password. Incorrect password. Incorrect password. Incorrect password. This might be the right password. Yes, right password. Oh, fuck's sake. It's asked me for a password again. Ouch. It's weird. Come on, you fuck off. Got about 5% on the battery. Got a white screen with a little circle spinning around, which is stuck. Accept. Hey, all right. What's that application called again? Cultus. Cultus ITC box 2. That's the one. Install. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to work on here either, so I don't know if it's got a sensor or not. Downloading. It's 6.5 meg download. Don't forget, I've still got a copy of this to give away as a competition prize sometime. Hands have gone nut. Oh, I've got arthritis in this hand and it's really hurting right now. So is it installed or what? Can't even find it on the phone. Can't download the app. Can't download the app. It's bullshit. Oh, that's the wrong one. I don't want the one. Maybe I ain't got enough memory now. It says installing. Maybe it's just been a pain in the arse. This tablet has got a lot of shit on there as well. No, they've got all this ghost apps on here, there, more there. This tablet's full of ghost apps. And time this installs, the fucking damn thing's gonna like run out of battery power. And I don't know where my charger is for it. I think this is it actually. Yeah, that's the charger. I don't know if it's going to charge up. Because my USB ports are fucked again. I just want to run it fucking once. My tablet keeps just like hanging on me. It's not even charging up either. Everything's just frozen on the white screen. Can't turn it off or nothing. Google Play Store is in. Do you want to close? Okay. Right, I've got it installed. Finally. Is it going to give me the full version? Yes or no? Oh, it's giving me the full version on the tablet. It's now got to download audio files. Extracting banks. Now it's just shut off again. What is going on with this fucking tablet tonight? Extracting bank files. Now what's happened? Some weird screens come up, blue screen with storage 57%, battery 97%, which is bullshit because I'm charging the battery now. And now I can't find the application again. On an Android, which has got sensors. Let's get my cut. I just hope there's no coffee in there. So we give this a quick try in a minute. My back's feeling hot at the moment. Well, it's taking a long fucking time, innit? Either my tablet is full of memories filled up, or the application might not work on here. It's taking a hell of a long time to extract files though. Didn't take this long on my other phone, although I never got the EMF bit at the top on my mobile. Success installed about fucking time. Put it on auto. Ain't happening. Nothing. Yeah, myth ain't coming out now. I need to clean this tablet up, get rid of some of the files off it, I think. It's lagging on the memory. Hello? It's not doing nothing. When I've got the EMF on, it's not doing nothing. So maybe you can't have EMF and the ghost box on at the same time. Don't know, but it ain't fucking doing nothing. It's doing something. If I turn the EMF off and press start, I'm getting it coming through. But when I press EMF, it don't come on. There we go. Hello? Can you set off the EMF up here? Light it up, change the lights, do whatever it does. Hello? Make the EMF light up. Change the EMF. Let's bring it over near the DOLLS. Not sure you can see that. I'll turn the light off. That's the light setting it off. No, you can't see it really, can you? Hmm. I can't seem to block people. Hey, Jen, block that, Chris, if you can. Being a dick. Hello? Any spirit people around? Want to set off the devices? Shut it down in a couple of minutes and cook some dinner. Can you manipulate the devices? Say hello. I said Mark. Yeah, Mark made the application. I've heard it say Mark about 4 times. Thank you, Jen. I can delete the messages, but I can't seem to block him for some reason, which is bloody weird. No, it just said Debbie, and I had a doll Debbie in here just a little while ago. Something about a house fire. We laugh. What do you laugh about? Something about look after me or something. Can you say good night, goodbye? Say ta-ra, because I'm closing down now. Going do some dinner. Say ta-ra, say ciao, say bye. Okay, thank you. Good night. Right, guys, I'm going to shoot off, so I'm getting hungry. Cheers for being on, watching. Appreciate that. Don't forget, me and Rose will probably be doing Murder Mystery tomorrow, around about 11 o'clock my time. Sandra Blaine, or Blant, whatever you pronounce the surname. I called it Sandra Blaine. B-L-A-N-D, Blaine, Sandra Blaine. Spoke to her before. I've actually got web pages bookmarked, ready to screen share tomorrow. Read some of that off. just let you know some of the updates apparently that's been said about her over the last year or so. May do a Ouija board and see if we can communicate with her. I'm not saying that we will do. If we will communicate with her or not, you know, she come through, she don't, you know. Even last time when I spoke to her, it doesn't mean it was her. Could be someone manipulating her. It could be someone pretending to be her. It could have been one of her friends. Could have been a family member. Could have been her. We don't know. So, you know, if I do a Ouija board and we get anything, it's just hearsay information. We can't prove what's being said is real or truthful. So, yeah, we'll be doing a murder mystery tomorrow. Sign to blame, as we've done before 2 years ago. Need to do an update on that one. Maybe late in the week, or if not next week, we probably might be doing an update on Alicia Lamb, Chinese girl who got found in the water tank. And I know Rose has got one she wants to do, but I kind of said I didn't want to do it because it's just too much stuff there. You know, so many videos, so many comments, so many. Well, to me, it's like a lot of stuff was conflicting with each other. You know, do you believe this and do you believe that? You know, that kind of stuff. And I said, I'm not really willing to do that. But Rose said, well, she's done a lot of research on it, so she'll do it. And all what I've got to do is sit back and listen and maybe ask a few questions and maybe do a Ouija board and see if we can get her come through. And I'm not saying we do get the spirits through. If they come through, they come through. If they don't, they don't. No, we're only communicating with whoever comes through, and it could be that person, it could be anyone pretending to be that person. I can't remember the person's name actually, what she wants to do, but I know she wants to do one particular one. So we might do that next week. But we'll talk about it and let you know when we're going to be doing that one. But I want to also do, as I say, like Alicia Lamb as well, an update on that one. I need to go through and see if there's any more updates on that. Because I'm pretty sure that if I did speak to her last time, she gave us a lot of information regarding the basement of that hotel. A lot of bodies were found down there, and rituals were done down there. And I think she said that there's still bodies still down there, which may not have been found. So, you know, if we speak to her, if she comes through, and it is her, and she can, she actually confirms that there are still people down there, then great. You know, we can't do nothing. We can't ring up the authorities and say, well, there's still bodies down there, because they're going to think we're fucking idiots and, you know, crazy people saying, well, I just spoke to Alicia Lamb's spirit, and she said there's bodies still down and you need to go and dig up the basement. And they ain't going to fucking spend up, you know, all that time and resources over one person who believes they might have spoken to Alicia Lamb. If they had done their job properly in the first place, they would have picked that place over with a fine-tooth comb. But depends on what part of the building they took most concern over. You know, more the water tower than, you know, did they ever do any kind of searching of the basement or anything? I don't know. But we hope to talk to her maybe next week, if not this week. Because I was going to try Thursday, but I'm going to try to leave it till next week, actually. And then if Rose wants to do the one she wants to do, we'll do that, and we'll let you know when we're going to be doing that as well. So we want to start getting back to the murder mysteries, unsolved cases, as and when we can. I want to start up the military sessions again, even if it's only once a week. I also want to do more of these DOLLS sessions, and I also want to do some more, get back to some more of that spirit drawing. So, you know, I'll probably still be doing 2 or 3 sessions a week, hopefully, if I'm up to it. So all I'm going to say now is it's 10 o'clock. I'm going to go and get some food inside myself, and I'll catch you tomorrow night, 11 o'clock, with hopefully me and Rose doing the Sandra Bland murder mystery update. Catch you later. Good night. Bye, everyone.